Being a hero all the time must get super old super quickly. It's understandable that any normal human would get bored eventually of always having to do the right thing. And so sometimes their naughty side makes the odd appearance, reminding us that they are, in fact, all the more relatable and believable. The Legend of Zelda always features main hero and gaming icon Link. Many different Links have had many different adventures throughout the ages, mostly sticking to the same formula of defeat Ganon, save the princess, and the land. Every now and then, Link's perfect hero facade slips and we get a glimpse of his true character. Whether it's stealing, looting, disrespecting his fellow Hylian, or just showing a complete disregard for basic polite human interactions, Link shows us time and time again that he is far from the perfect hero that everyone would like you to believe he is. My name is Rach, your resident Zelda enthusiast, and welcome back to WhatCulture Gaming. These are the 10 worst things Link has ever done. By the way, spoilers for Link's Awakening if you haven't finished it yet. Number 10. Stealing horses and inventory. Ocarina of Time, Link's Awakening, Twilight Princess. Link's dirty deeds kick things off by being dirt cheap, 10 rupees to anyone who gets that reference. When you're the hero of time, apparently you can just take whatever you want, as is shown in the Ocarina of Time when Link just roams about throughout the land stealing anything and everything he pleases. He steals his horse, Epona, from her home in Lon Lon Ranch, and he pillages a pricey shield from a desecrated grave in Kakariko Graveyard. More on that one later. In Twilight Princess, Wolf Link breaks into his friends' houses in Ordon Village and steals their weaponry. And he can steal potions from an unmanned potion shop if he simply chooses not to leave any money. In Link's Awakening, shoplifting from the town tool shop in Mabe Village labels Link as the true thief that he is, and if he returns to the store afterwards, the shopkeeper delivers a swift jolt of karmic justice upon him. Number 9. Breaking expensive antiques, Wind Waker, etc. A staple of the Legend of Zelda series, pretty much every single game involves Link running around trimming the grass and destroying everything that can be broken in the hopes that shiny valuables await inside. Link's path of destruction does not stop with the outdoors, however. He has no issues continuing his reign of chaos inside people's homes. Link will smash anything that he is able to, and if it has treasure inside, he will not hesitate to snap it up for himself. Karma really comes back to bite Link in the Wind Waker though. In Windfall Island, Link enters an expensive-looking mansion called the Hall of Wealth. Inside are some rather fancy-looking expensive vases, and Link just can't hold himself back from destroying them. Turns out the owner of this mansion and the pots isn't too impressed by this, and finally a victim of Link's pot desecration speaks up against him, charging him 10 rupees for every antique that he deliberately broke. Number 8. TV cartoon Link sexually harassed Zelda. The Legend of Zelda animated series, 1989. Thank the goddesses this isn't canon. Adorable little silent Link was not so silent and certainly not so adorable in the Legend of Zelda animated TV series. In fact, he downright sexually harassed Princess Zelda at every available opportunity. He was a whiny, obnoxious creep whose only purpose seemed to be to contradict the princess's strong, confident character. Well, excuse me, Princess was just the tip of the iceberg. Link was a sleazy pervert. He's constantly gunning for a kiss from Zelda at any opportunity and even hangs out in the tower above her to get a good look down at her cleavage. He expects a wee snog for his services as if doing his job automatically means he's owed sexual rewards. Obviously, this is just a case of a wildly different time in television, and looking back on it, it really hasn't aged well. Number 7. Frequent grave robbing, Ocarina of Time, Adventure of Link, Link's Awakening, etc. For some unknown reason, all the best treasures in Hyrule are buried beneath gravestones. Respect for the dead is practically non-existent, as not only does Link happily dig up graves, push aside gravestones, and delve into secret passageways full of treasure beneath them, but people will even encourage you to do this. With a book in Koholint Island actively instructing you to push aside gravestones in a certain order, and Dampé the gravedigger offering you the purchase of one heart-pounding grave-digging tour, which involves trudging around the graveyard and digging up all the graves. Yeah, sure kid, pay me 10 rupees and I'll dig up my relatives' remains for you, nae problem, pal. Number 6. Messing with a musician's sanity, Ocarina of Time. Try not to think about this one too hard or it might just start to hurt. In Kakariko Village, Link encounters a musician that resides within the windmill. The windmill spins round and round and allows the musician Guru Guru to practice his organ grinder in relative peace, inspiring him to write songs about it. 7 years later, when Link encounters Guru Guru again, the musician is visibly stressed, cursing a child from 7 years ago that messed up the windmill along with his sanity. He teaches Link the song that the child used, and Link learns the Song of Storms. In somewhat of a paradox, Link then travels back in time, plays the Song of Storms to Guru Guru, transforming the peaceful, happy musician into an anxious mess and causing the windmill to rapidly spin out of control. Link knew this would happen, that him playing the song and messing up the windmill would traumatize the musician, and yet he did it anyway. Then again, best song in the game, and we kinda had to get down that well, so justified, I guess. Number 5, saving cities and then rewinding time. Majora's Mask. The Link that wanders the town of Termina possesses the incredible ability to control time, allowing him to speed it up, slow it down, and even rewind 72 hours into the past at will. As such, this entry isn't exactly entirely Link's fault. Having such an ability at your fingertips will obviously involve a lot of experimentation, and there's only so much that one little person can accomplish in 3 little days. Still, there is something to be said in the cruelty behind saving townspeople's lives, curing diseases, liberating village and averting disasters, only to just rewind time and have the results simply melt away as soon as Link has gotten all he needs from a certain area. In one cycle, the captive monkey will be savagely executed in a pot of boiling liquid. In another, a helpless baby cries endlessly as his father is forever frozen to death. And in another, a mother is separated from her babies as her fiancé dies alone on a deserted beach. Link simply cannot save everyone, but those he does save do not stay saved for long. He does make up for it by the end of the game, but only after causing numerous repetitive suffering in the process. And this is without even mentioning the moral ambiguity of using time travel to rig and win the lottery, which, let's be honest, we definitely all did. Number 4, stabbing Ganondorf right in the head. Wind Waker. The Legend of Zelda and Nintendo in general tend to hang back on over-exaggerated violence. Enemies are defeated and promptly disappear. There's not a speck of blood or guts in sight, and a few slashes of a sword can dispatch most foes. But when Link comes across the Wind Waker's Ganondorf, politeness goes right out the window. After the most difficult fight in the entire game, the 2 mortal enemies slashing at each other, each fighting for his life and the fate of the entire kingdom, Link delivers the killing blow that will liberate the land from Ganondorf's tyranny. Except that this isn't your usual little slash of the ankles. Link flips and jumps high above Ganondorf and brings his sword down upon him, embedding it deep into his skull, right between the eyes. The evil needed defeating, sure, and the kingdom did get saved, but geez, Link, did you have to be quite so zealous? Heck. Number 3, abandoning his lonely, confused grandmother. The Wind Waker. It really sounds like I'm picking on the Wind Waker here, but he's just such a naughty little scamp. Wind Waker's Link has a family, his younger sister Adel and his grandmother. All is well until little Adel is kidnapped. Although Link has lived a mostly sheltered life up till now, he scrambles after her, enlisting the help of a band of pirates to travel to the fortress to save her. For this, he'll need a shield, and Grandma just so happens to have one hanging on the wall at home. However, when Link goes to steal the shield, Grandma already has it, and sadly hands it over. Already sad from losing one grandchild, she now has to deal with losing her second. Returning later to Outset Island, Link finds his poor grandma sitting bundled up in her chair, her speech distorted and confused, mumbling sadly that she doesn't want to be left alone. Link left her alone all this time, literally worrying herself sick. God, just give her a cuddle, please. Number 2, opening the Sacred Realm for Ganondorf, the Ocarina of Time. This one is a real blunder. Young Link and Zelda are naively collecting the 3 special stones from around Hyrule in order to protect the Sacred Realm and therefore the Triforce within from an evil-looking man that Zelda decides not to trust based purely on a dream that had some storm clouds in it. When you put it that way, it sounds incredibly dumb that Link, a mere child, then went out, collected the stones and used them, along with the Ocarina of Time that Zelda bequeathed to him, to open the door to the Sacred Realm. It's unsurprising that Ganondorf, clearly a lot older and smarter than Link, simply stands back with the popcorn and lets Link do all the work for him before stepping over him to claim the prize. Good job, Link! Now Ganondorf is free to rule over Hyrule for 7 whole years, unchallenged, killing countless and destroying villages and livelihoods. Number 1. Destroying an entire island and all of its inhabitants. Link's Awakening. After a terrible storm, Link is flung from his boat as it is smashed to pieces by the waves, and he wakes up on the shores of Koholint Island. A helpful, wise owl tells him that in order to escape, he must gather 8 instruments from powerful creatures inside perilous dungeons and play them in front of the giant windfish's place of rest. Waking the windfish is the only way to leave the island, and so that is what Link sets out to do. Despite numerous island inhabitants warning him not to, he takes the final instrument and plays them, opening the windfish's egg. Link battles the nightmares inside that have been keeping the windfish sleeping endlessly, and upon their defeat, it finally awakes. The only problem is that the entire island and all of the friends that you made along the way were a product of the windfish's dream, and when it awakes, everything is destroyed. Both Link and the windfish awaken, with Link once again floating among the wreckage of his boat and the windfish gliding across the sky above him. One can't help but feel that things would have been far more peaceful and convenient had Link chosen to coexist on Koholint, rather than wiping everyone from existence. And that's our list. Thank you so much for watching. Just a bit of fun, really. You know we all love Link, really. Let us know of any other naughty boys and girls that you'd like us to feature in future. I have been Rach. You can follow me on Twitter if you like @Don'tRageQuit. But you be sure to have an awesome day.